Hopefully it's focused on me. Hello and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about paring down and living with what is currently a 50-item wardrobe. And today I have a few wardrobe updates to share with you. I've made a couple of purchases to replace and upgrade a few items, i.e. sweaters, spoiler alert. I also haven't gone through my trial separation box for a couple of months. It's been a few months since I put items in it, so it's time to review that as well. So let's jump right into it. I suppose since I'm right in front of my closet today anyway, I will give you a quick tour. So I've mentioned before that my husband and I have side by side his and hers tiny reach-in closets. So this is mine. Right in front we have this giant horizontal rail, just one rail living in there right now. Down at the bottom we have all of my shoes, minus 2 pairs of boots that live in the front entryway closet. That's where I keep my tall boots, but this is where I keep all other shoes, so those live down there. I don't have anything in the other corners. I like having that space freed up. Back up here, this is where I keep the majority of my clothing, organized by sleeve length and then color. Then I have my pants that are clean, shorts, my one skirt, my one dress. Over on this side is where I hang clothing that has already been worn and I could either wear again or needs to be laundered, and so I'm going to wash those as soon as this video is over. And then up on this long top shelf, over here I have my handbags, which I haven't gone through. I really need to do that. I basically only wear one bag until it's dead. And my current bag is not dead. I really love it. I don't want it to die. So those guys don't get a lot of use, but I've hung on to them anyway. Here I have my current pile of sweaters, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then over there I have my box of ski clothes and sort of sports clothes. I have like my swimming goggles in there, ski goggles, snow pants, ski jacket, things like that. All right, back to clothing updates. So just to consolidate some things in case you didn't see my outerwear clear out video, I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it and are interested. But I recently went through my outerwear, and before then my outerwear was not a part of my 50 items of clothing. That count was separate, but whenever I went through it, I was left with 4 coats and jackets, and so I wanted my outerwear to be a part of my 50 items, and so I got rid of 4 pairs of shorts, which are no longer with us, to make room for those 4 pieces of outerwear to be a part of my 50 items of clothing for the whole year overall. So technically I got rid of more pieces of clothing, but I broke even in terms of my count, and now I'm again at 50, but it includes outerwear. Next, I have a sneaky little swap to come clean about. So during my last wardrobe clear out, I actually pulled this striped top out of my discard pile. Huge no-no, I don't recommend you do that. I did it because I had a ton of sleeveless shirts and very few short sleeve shirts, and so I thought instead of going out and buying more, I would just hang on to that guy for a little while. And so what I did to compensate for it was part with one of my black tank tops. I had 3 of them. I don't need 3 black tank tops, and so I decided to get rid of this one. It's just been living in my trial separation box until now so I could film this video, but just wanted to come clean with that swap, and now we can move on to the trial separation box. All right, when I last cleared out my wardrobe, I put 5 items, these 3 tops, white top, burgundy top with embroidery, floral top, and this dress along with this sweater into the box. I put them in the trial separation box because I actually wore these items quite a lot, but in relation to the rest of my wardrobe, they weren't very cohesive with it. As you've seen, my closet is very neutral, doesn't have a lot of bright, loud patterns in it, and so because I wore these so often, I wasn't comfortable getting rid of them from the get-go, and so I put them in a trial separation box. But in that amount of time, it's become really clear to me how important cohesion is in my wardrobe, and I haven't opened this box. This is sort of a formality to talk about my decision-making process, but I haven't opened this box, and so I could have otherwise just gotten rid of all of these things without a second look, but just so you're aware of it, I will be parting with all 5 of these items from my trial separation box. All right, my final update is that I bought some things. So most of them are sweaters. I bought 4 sweaters, which I'll talk about in just a second, but first I bought 1 shirt. So this new edition, I have a white women's tailored Oxford shirt. I'm quite short, I'm 5'1". This is from the Ann Taylor Petites section. I kind of have always not really reached for petite tops because I do, or at least thought I had normal length arms, but I fit into this shirt just fine and it's not too long. I don't tuck in a lot of shirts, and so whenever I was on the hunt for an Oxford shirt to layer under some of the sweaters that I got, it was really important to me that I could see the tail of the shirt sticking out under the sweater, but not too much of it so that it looked like a tunic on me. So I really like this top that I got, again, Ann Taylor Petite, and it actually works very, very well. And to make room for that shirt, I got rid of, this has also been living in my trial separation box until now, this white pajama style shirt from Next. I bought it when I was in the UK, but I do love pajama style shirts. That's why I immediately bought this one, but it is a bit too thin, too crepey. I'm sure it's made out of like some horrible synthetic material, but it's just not very flattering on me. I bought it because it was a pajama style shirt, but it doesn't have a lot going for it otherwise. And so this guy's been living in my trial separation box, and it, along with that black tank top, are going to join the trial separation items and be donated in just a minute. So that white shirt, I am getting rid of. The pajama style shirt I'm getting rid of to make room for this white Oxford. Now on to sweaters. In case you're new, I pulled down my original pile of sweaters so you can see what I sort of started with. So there are 7 sweaters here, and I'm also wearing a sweater. I have this cobalt sweater, so I have a total of 8 sweaters to start with. I have a black sweater, a chunky navy sweater, a chunky green sweater, this sort of gray heathered sweater, a gray embroidered sweater, a white V-neck, and a white crew neck sweater as well, and the cobalt sweater. So let's see what I got to replace some of these with. First, I want to quickly say that none of these were impulse purchasing decisions. If you haven't already seen my video about shopping strategies for maintaining a minimalist wardrobe, then I'll link it down below. But a lot of thought went into these purchases, and it's been a goal of mine for a while to replace some of my sweaters with nicer fabrics, more natural fabrics. So this has been in the works for a while, but now onto what I bought. Some of you may have seen this first one in my last video, or in my video about minimalist shopping techniques, but I got this navy V-neck cashmere sweater from Everlane to replace my chunky navy sweater. I've just been holding on to the chunky navy sweater so I could film this to show the updates and what I'm swapping out, but this actually is navy. It's a very dark saturated navy, but it is navy and it's super soft, so I'm very happy with this decision, and now the chunky navy sweater can go. Next, I have another V-neck sweater, this time a black one. This is a wool blend, and this is to replace my existing black V-neck sweater. If you're standing 10 feet away from me, you probably couldn't tell if I was wearing the original sweater or this one, but it is made of nicer fabric. It's made of a natural fabric blend, and so I'm happy getting rid of the previous black sweater to replace it with this one. Next, I have a green crew neck wool blend sweater. This is made of the same material as the black V-neck that you just saw, but it's green and a crew neck. It also has some interesting detail around the seams, and I like the crew neck style for wearing over the Oxford shirt that I just showed you to sort of get a little bit more, or a few more looks out of a single sweater. So I mentioned before that I wanted to replace my original bulky navy and green sweaters, so I think these will be great replacements. Finally, I bought this burgundy crew neck wool and cotton sweater. It's actually soaking wet. I just pulled it off of the drying rack. But I don't have an existing burgundy sweater from my original collection that I'm replacing this with, but I do have 2 white sweaters and I don't really need 2 white sweaters. And so I've decided to make room for this color that I really love, especially around this time of year, that I'm going to get rid of my Crewneck white sweater to make room for this one. Back onto the drying rack. The burgundy sweater is back on the drying rack and I am still wearing my cobalt sweater, but other than those 2, this is the pile that I'm keeping and it still amounts to 8 sweaters. So I have a black sweater, a gray sweater, a green sweater, gray, white, cobalt, and the burgundy sweater, and then I am getting rid of this black sweater, this navy sweater, this green sweater, and this white sweater. And that is what I'm left with. All right, those are all of my wardrobe updates. I managed to find some replacements for some items that have needed to be upgraded for a very long time. That's been on my to-do list for a while, so I am very happy with those purchases. I'm also thrilled to be free of my trial separation box. It's just been living in a corner of my closet for a couple of months now and I've never reached for it. So I'm so happy to be rid of those items very soon. I'm about to chuck that pile into my car and be done with it, so that'll be great. But I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and the little impromptu tour of my closet, and I will see you next time.